Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, we had a whole lot of questions about terrorism being the purview of the non-state actor. It was a concept people are having a hard time with. This is a terrorist action committed by this government. Not really. Not by definition. This is why definitions are important when it comes to propaganda and understanding the conditioning that a lot of people suffer from. So because of that, tonight we're not going to talk about St. Patrick, we're going to talk about St. Augustine. St. Augustine told a story about Alexander the Great. He caught a pirate. He had the pirate brought before him, and Alexander was like, I'm going to paraphrase here, dude, what are you doing? You're disturbing the peace of the seas. And the pirate's like, dude, what are you doing? You're disturbing the peace of the whole planet. But because I do it with one ship, I'm a thief, a pirate, a robber. Because you have a fleet, well, you're an emperor. Pretty smart, isn't it? Morally, there's no difference. If you're attempting to use force to plunder, there's no difference. It's the same thing. It's why it gets very disturbing when people equate legality and morality. When people say, well, it's legal, do it legally. It means nothing. It means nothing. What's the difference between a pirate and a privateer? One's authorized by the state. They do the exact same thing. A lot of street gangs and certainly organized crime collect protection money. Some of that protection money goes back into the community. They help the elderly or whatever. What's the difference between that and taxation? If you don't pay it, well, something bad's going to happen to you. It's the same thing morally. So, some suicide bomber fills his truck or his van full of explosives and drives into a barracks in the middle of the night, kills a bunch of sleeping troops. What's the difference between that and a guy who's sitting in Texas flying a drone over Yemen and blowing up a training camp? Morally, they're the same thing. They are the same thing. The technological advance doesn't somehow make it more moral. It just makes it legal. It just makes it more sanitary. There's no difference in real life. It's the same thing. It's just as barbaric. Just one's easier to sanitize. So we have to keep a hard look for those who confuse legality and morality, because everything the Taliban did, well, that was legal under their laws. Everything Saddam did was legal under their laws. Everything the Islamic State did was legal under their laws. Everything Nazi Germany did was legal under their laws. Genocide of the natives, slavery, segregation, all legal under our laws. The only difference between the two, it's not morality. It's not some social contract that makes it seem like they have the consensus of the people. In most cases, they don't. It's power. And despite the video that I'm going to put in the comments section, which I strongly suggest you watch, it explores this topic in an unusual way. Size doesn't matter. At least not in this case. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.